Okay, you got that thing on now?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm walking through the shop and I see that Archon has a new wheel out, but they failed to tell us that. So they're out here setting things up for a photo shoot and we've got a brand new wheel going on and nobody knows anything about it. So we wanted to take you over here, since they have everything set up, to show you all the new features of this Archon wheel and why it might not be as big of a success as they're hoping for. So obviously I'm not going into this blind because I then stood next to Archon and I was like, hey, you want to give us some details on this so I can actually show people what it's all about? So this is the new Archon Roosevelt, and the reason why I said it might not be as popular or do as well as they had hoped is simply because the last video we uploaded of the Triumph, if you saw that one, the new Crown Series wheel, that's a non-directional wheel, which Archon is known for being proper directional. Now, although people said they weren't super thrilled about that one, they have another non-directional wheel, but this time they went with some crazy concavity. So in the past you've seen where they go with a hybrid of concavity plus a big lip wheel, but this time it's full-on concavity. So like I said, this is the Roosevelt. Obviously, as far as style goes, you can see it, it's on your screen. I'm sure we showed you a couple different shots, but the spoke design looks extremely thin, and they do that by having all this multi-level milling in here. So you can see as you get closer to the cap, it's some really, really deep milling, and then the edges are milled right down to the raw material that's then cleared over, but that's where you get that silver or chrome kind of look. And then as the spokes come out towards the rim of the wheel, you'll see that this part of the spoke is actually raised up from the thicker, more structural part of that spoke. So it just comes to this like almost point. I'd say at the end, I mean, it's literally a couple millimeters thick at the end. So it gives the spokes this really, really thin appearance. Obviously next to that too, you also have some really deep milling. And it's also very, very detailed. You can see all the little mill marks in here, which I personally like. I think it gives it a little more depth, just a little more styled design when it comes to wheels. Same as usual from Archon, there's no rivets around the rim of the wheel, just the name milled in there as well. Super clean, very small. You want to line up the cap with that. The cap too, since I'm already talking about it, it's a multi-piece cap. It's relatively small on like the 6-lug applications. The one that you're looking at is 8-lug. That's why it's so big. So if you're like, oh, it's kind of gaudy, it's kind of big, that's why this is an 8-lug wheel. For some reason, all the samples we always get are always 8-lug. This one too, it goes without saying, this is a black and milled finish. They're also going to offer it in a chrome, which they told me looks absolutely killer, but I haven't actually seen it yet, so I'll let you guys decide that. But the black and milled one for sure is very, very deep looking. And then this finish quality goes all the way back. So there's not like a hard ridge in here like a lot of wheels have. It's finished all the way through, so it looks like high quality paint all the way through. Sometimes you get like a Class C surface, whatever they call it on the backside, that's not finished to the same level as the face of the wheel. Size wise, you're gonna start in like your 20 by 10s and then go up to 24-14 is the biggest size, and this actually is the 24-14 here. And you can see, I mean, if you wanted to measure the concavity as far as where the lug holes are to the rim of the wheel, I mean, this wheel is deep. It's very, very deep. So there's a lot of concavity. Definitely a very show style wheel, which we come to expect from Archon, you know, with these thin style spokes. They get so close together here and then separate, or I guess if you wanted to look at the other way, just how far apart this big V is here. So very clean wheel, a little busier, I think, than some of the other ones, but not, you know, it still has like some simplistic styling to it where there's really not a ton going on, but there's just enough that it catches your eye and it's different. There's not a ton of other wheels on the market that look anything like this, especially with this much concavity. So I'm sure we'll slap these up on the website. You can check them out, customoffsets.com. We've got their whole lineup there, as well as a bunch of other wheels, like a million different options. So if you want some, that's where you can get you some. Peace.